Assalamu alaikum. Today we read our book Broadway Reader. Today we will write character sketch of Mr. Pickwick. In the previous lecture we have read the story Mr. Pickwick. I have explained his character to you that he was a very good man and the story was about him and his three friends. And now as he is the main character of this story, so we have to write his character sketch. You have written character sketch of Rustin also, so you are familiar with the pattern of writing character sketch. Here I will just tell you the tense that you have to use while writing character sketch. You should always use present tense, present indefinite, present continuous and present perfect. These three tenses are used while writing character sketch. The next thing is that I will give you important points or sharp turns. As we know that there are no any sharp turn in this story, there are just important points that we have to consider or we have to keep in mind while writing character sketch of Mr. Pickwick. As we know that whenever we write character sketch of some person, first of all we have to introduce him, and means we have to give his introduction to the audience or to the viewer. So his introduction would be the first paragraph of the Broadway book. Means as you have read the story, in the first paragraph of the story Mr. Pickwick is described fully. Means introduction is something that you have to describe his physical appearance as well as his qualities etc. to some extent, and rather you after that you will describe his likings, his dislikings or his behavior, attitude, and at the end if there is any transition you will write it there. So first of all, the physical description of Mr. Pickwick. Physical appearance is that he had full figure, he had round face, he had bright eyes and a large face, etc. And after that you can write that he had a generous heart. And keep one thing in mind, that whenever you are writing any point about his behavior, about his character, you have to prove your point. For example, if you are telling his any quality, you have to give a proof out of the story that how can you prove your point. For example, his likings. What are his likings? If we say that he likes different things, so we have to prove it that what things he likes in the story. So in the story we are told that Mr. Pickwick likes science and history. We are just told about the subjects that he liked, and he had interest in two subjects, that were science and history. After that we will write that Mr. Pickwick was thinking differently or thinking scientifically. So what is scientific thinking? Is that he thought that under this motto you can write that Mr. Pickwick wanted that every person should not just look at the things, rather he should try to discover the truth hidden behind everything. Cause of his fame, under this heading you can write that what was the cause of Mr. Pickwick fame. He was, as we are told in the start of the story, that Mr. Pickwick was famous for his discovery, as he discovered where the water in the Hampstead ponds came from. We are not told about the detail of this all these things, but we are just told that he was famous for this discovery, so we will just describe as we are told. At the end we can conclude his behavior. This point is optional. If you want to conclude his character sketch you can, but if you don't want to conclude your character sketch you can skip this as it is optional. And in the if you want to write, I am telling you that conclusion would be something that is most important out of his character sketch. If we will conclude Mr. Pickwick's character, we can write that Mr. Pickwick is a good friend, or we can write that he is warm and friendly, or he has scientific thoughts, and in the story he is thinking about all the things in a scientific manner. So students, you will write his character sketch I am telling you the tenses that you have to use. These three tenses will be used in the character sketch, and these are points. You first of all you will give his introduction, then you will describe him physically. After that you will describe his likes or dislikes, his thoughts and cause of his fame. At the end, optional conclusion. All these points will be described in the sequence as I have written here, and character sketch will be written in your own words on your own. Now on page number 33 of Broadway, there is a question, and in the question you are given different qualities, and then you are asked that you have to put each quality against the person to whom it belongs. First of all, the person is Mr. Samuel Pickwick, the main character of the story, and the qualities which belong to his character are large-hearted, suspicious, bespectacled means वो glasses wear करता था, rounded figure, bright-eyed, curious, old-fashioned and old. Next is Tracy Tubman, his friend. The qualities which belong to Tracy Tubman are middle-aged, rounded figure, and he was romantic and funny. These are four qualities of Tracy Tubman. Third character is Nathaniel Winkle. Mr. Nathaniel was a young lover of sports. Fourth one is Augustus Snodgrass. Augustus was also a young man. He is quick-tempered, means जिसको जल्दी गुस्सा आता है. Lover of poetry also, as he showed that he was a poet. The cabman was aggressive. जो खुद से झगड़े की इब्तिदा करता है. He was aggressive. He was strong. He was strong and quarrelsome means झगड़ा करने वाला. So जज्बाती होना, strong होना और झगड़ा करना, these all qualities belong to the cabman. And now we have written all the qualities that are given in your Broadway book. We have arranged them in front of the person to whom they belong. On page number 35 of Broadway, here is a question about compound words. There are two boxes of compound words. Half words are given in one box and half are given in the other box. You are asked that you have to select one word from each box and make a compound word by joining those two words. Here I have made all the compound words from selecting one word from each box. First word is good looking. Second is stocky build, means strong. Third is bright-eyed. Fourth is middle-aged, round-faced, old-fashioned, long-haired, well-dressed, mixed race, and tan complexion. These are all compound words and you have to learn them. The next question is to draw a picture of Mr. Samuel Pickwick, and you are given a space on your Broadway book. You have to draw his picture, and beside the picture you have to write something about his character. When you will write character sketch of Mr. Pickwick, you can use 5 to 6 lines out of your character sketch and you can write them beside the picture of Mr. Pickwick, and the picture will be drawn, and then you will learn these exercise questions. You will write character sketch. Here are only two words meaning in this story, and those words meaning are cab and coach. First word is cab. Cab means, here in this story the word cab means a coach. Second word is coach, and the coach means a large carriage with wheels drawn by horses, as you can see in the picture.